Tiffany Higgins here. We're going live on our weekly Tuesday, 11 a.m. Central Time. We're going live over quite a few different platforms here, but if you want some real engagement, definitely join our Facebook group. Let me go ahead and put that on here, actually. Facebook group is called Have Your Cake and Eat It Too, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a few minutes. But if you want to actually have lots of engagement outside of these like quick hour-long lives every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time, join our Facebook group, Have Your Cake and Eat It Too, and we will give you a lot of personalized attention, answer every question that you have, so you can learn how to live your dream life, make $100 an hour or more without missing a single moment with your kids. So if you are here tuning in, I am looking forward to chatting with you guys. Let me know if you're here, say hi. And if you have any questions, I say this every week, but I really love these lives to be super interactive so that I can answer the questions that you have, that you're watching, what questions you have. I want to answer those. So some of you are new to the group and you're just trying to figure out how the heck can I own a bookkeeping business if I don't even know how to do bookkeeping. We'll cover that. And if you've been in the group for a while and you're still kind of on the fence, today I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of student stories, very recent student stories, success stories, so you guys can kind of get an idea how this might work for you based on how it's been working for me and a lot of other people that are in the academy now. So I'm really excited to share with you a quick presentation on how all of the other students are enjoying and benefiting from our academy. So again, if you guys have any questions, type it in the chat here. I should be able to see all of them, and I will stop and pause to answer your specific question. So definitely let me know if you've got anything. I see a few people on here. Hi, Eileen. Hello. Thank you guys for commenting. And there is a link for our Facebook group. I'm going to put that up here. So if you guys need to join our Facebook group, this is exactly where you go. And I'm trying to make sure this is live. And that way I can't sometimes see everybody's names when I'm using this tool. Here we go. I can pull this up. Okay, great. Now I can see everyone inside the group. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see this little presentation I put together. So if you're totally new to the Facebook group or to being friends with me, hey, Carol, thanks for saying hello. Hello, Rosa. I founded the Stay-at-Home Bookkeeper Academy. And my name is Tiffany Higgins. I am a CPA and I am a mom of 5. And Brittany, this live is all about explaining how you can work from home, making $100 an hour or more and never miss any milestones with your kids by learning how to be a virtual bookkeeper that runs their own virtual bookkeeping business. So if you're interested in that topic at all, stick with us, and that way you can ask me questions, and you've got me for a whole hour, so I will answer any questions that you guys have. The cake group is where all the cool kids hang out, she says. Yes, that is very true. Our Facebook group is a wonderful community of so many awesome people, and we call ourselves the Cake Family. So if you would like to join our Facebook group, we would love to have you in there. It's one of the happiest places on Facebook, if it even exists at all. Okay, so now that you know a tiny bit about me, let's see. Oh, I guess I forgot I had another slide on that. So my name is Tiffany Higgins, CPA, mom of 5. In 2015, I left my corporate job at a public accounting firm, and I started my own bookkeeping business. So here you can see a screenshot of my post that I posted on Facebook back in May, letting everyone know that I opened up my business. And it was supposed to be just like a side gig. I was going to pick up a few clients to make up the difference between my corporate salary minus our full-time nanny. And it ended up exploding. So within 7 months, in just 7 months, I had enough clients, and I was marketing with my third baby. So as you can see, I have a picture here taking Boston with me to a networking event that I went to. But I had enough clients within 7 months, even baby in tow, that my husband was able to retire his corporate job in downtown Kansas City on Christmas Eve of that same year. So here's the post. You can see where I let everybody know that business was doing so well that my husband was getting to retire. So this is really cool. A lot of our students, and you'll see later on in this presentation, so many of our students have actually experienced the same exact thing. And I'll get into more detail on that. And I am still recovering from a COVID cough. So I apologize that I probably will be coughing a little through this presentation. Traditionally, my husband had been gone for 11 to 12 hours per day with a commute. So having him home was a really radical and exciting change for our family. Like, that benefit alone was worth every ounce of effort that I put into my bookkeeping business. A year later, another benefit, we bought a brand new $45,000 Honda Odyssey van, and we had it paid off within just a few months. We took a 16-day vacation in our new van across the country with our 3 kids that we had at the time and my niece. It was always a dream of mine to travel across the country and take really long vacations. And it was just unbelievable that we were actually able to do it. So here's a picture of my family. This is obviously me. There's Boston, and my husband, Sean, Landon, Peyton, and my niece, Cammie. And then here's another picture. This picture here was of us hiking in Colorado, and we stopped in Estes Park for 3 or 4 days, and then we drove on to Mission Beach, California. And this is a picture of us renting bikes, and we took a long bike ride all around the beach. That was so fun. It's the first time I ever did anything like that. So if you guys are like out there and you're thinking, you know, I want to take vacation, I want to do stuff like this, I want to live life. This was the first time I really actually experienced it, other than like daydreaming about it all the time at home. So this business can really get you there. And like I said, it only took me a year to get there, but I didn't even realize it was possible. It would have been possible for me even prior to that. But it's amazing the doors that open when you start your bookkeeping business. So, and if you're watching here, if you can comment and say hi, boost this post up a little bit so other people in the group can see it, that'd be fantastic. And let me know what questions you have so far. Have you thought of anything yet? I love to hear all the reasons. If you're watching this too and you haven't joined and you've thought about it over and over and over again, I would love to know why. Why have you decided not to pull the trigger or take the next step? I'd love to help give you some clarity around that. Okay, then in 2017, I went through a twin pregnancy, and I gave birth to twins that were collectively over 14 pounds. And it was so amazing to be able to like have the flexibility of my bookkeeping business during that time, because my husband was able to be home to help with everything. And I was able to take random naps if I needed to, or go to all of my doctor's appointments without having to worry about paid time off or my boss's feelings or whatever. I could literally just do what I needed to do for myself. Let's see. Here's a couple of pictures. So this picture here was about 7 days before I actually had the twins. So if you can see, like, imagine yourself going to a corporate job. Like, I could literally barely walk because my stomach was hanging out so much. So, I mean, having my bookkeeping business and being able to be at home, but also not having to sit at a desk for 40 hours. Like, a lot of people, because of COVID, they've been able to work at home and do like remote work, but they're still working a ton sitting at their desk. So if you can't or don't want to work full-time right now, but you need full-time money, then this could be a really great option for you, because you don't have to sit at a desk for 40 hours a week. You can sit at a desk for 10 hours a week and make $40,000, $50,000 a year. And here's a picture of me after the twins were born. And I oftentimes sat and worked in this chair while I cuddled with my babies. So that was really awesome and life-changing, and totally worth every second of my business as well. We were also able to move back to my hometown, which was about 90 minutes away from most of my clients. and didn't skip a beat in my business. We transitioned our older kids to homeschool, and we bought a $500,000 house with a pool and a tennis court. And that was just on my bookkeeping business profit alone. And guys, this was only about 3 years after I opened my bookkeeping business. So life completely changed. It's amazing. I was making over $200,000 a year and working part-time, and my husband was a stay-at-home dad. So just to kind of give you some context, this is a picture of the house that we bought. The pool and the tennis court were in the backyard, but this was the house that we were able to get off of my bookkeeping business profit. Let's see. I got a question here. Any stay-at-home moms out there trying to change my career so I can stay home with my baby? That's exactly why we're here. Is this feasible as a stay-at-home mom? How many hours did you dedicate to it per day, per week? Okay, so yes, this is feasible as a stay-at-home mom. As I showed in my previous slide, if you want to go back and rewatch this a little bit, I actually grew my business with my 6-month-old at home. A lot of people in the academy are growing their businesses with multiple kids at home. I believe Susanna has 4 kids at home, and so does Rebecca. And Becky has 5. So you can definitely do this with kids at home. And you can put in as many hours as you want. So I recommend at least an hour a day to market your business, to get it off the ground. And so you can grow it to whatever is going to reach your particular goals at that time. So if your goal is to be able to work as least amount as possible, but cover your bills, then, you can definitely do that, because your priority is going to be spending the most time that you want with your kids. So really, everyone comes in and we help you with goal setting, and we help you determine exactly what you want and create a game plan for you on exactly how to get there with your bookkeeping business in the Bookkeeper Academy. And you said, I am a nurse with no experience in this area. How successful would I be? One of my very most successful students that graduated out of the academy is now in the mastermind program for the second time, just retired her husband after growing her bookkeeping business with a young toddler at home, just had a second baby, and she is now coming back to coach in the academy, doing financial statement reviews and boundaries and balancing monthly Zoom call. She was actually a pharmacy technician. We have a lot of nurses, so you can be very, very successful even if you're a nurse or a teacher. One really good thing about it is you already have the compassion. You already have the desire to help people. As a bookkeeper, it's more than just data entry. You're actually helping business owners understand their financials, and you're helping them stay organized for tax time so that they can do tax planning and things like that. So if you are already a nurse or a teacher, you already have a really great personality to get a lot of financial and emotional fulfillment out of your business, which is really cool. Another question that was asked, is it possible to do this on the side to make sure it works out before quitting my current job? Absolutely. I would say a good 80% of the people in our academy do have corporate jobs, and they grow this business on the side until they're comfortable quitting. So my recommendation, though, is as soon as you feel confidence that you're going to love this and you're going to be able to make it work, and it's all about you getting that mindset shift and the internal confidence, it will work for you. But when you believe that it will work for you, I always suggest immediately quitting your job from then and then just going at it, because you can grow your bookkeeping business so much faster if that's your focus. So you'll be splitting your focus between a corporate job and your bookkeeping business for a while, and that's totally okay. And again, how most people in the academy do it, and it's definitely doable. It's a little bit challenging for the first couple of months when you're juggling both, but it is a means to an end, because you will be able to quit that corporate job and reduce your hours that you're working by times 4. So it's absolutely 100% worth it. So let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Anyone watching has any follow-up questions on that? I am an open book. Someone else said, I have a special needs adult son, and it's a challenge, but possible. So yes, even if you've got, a lot of stuff, obligations and stuff like that at home, it's not always going to be easy, but it's super worth it. And it's going to be easier than where you are now. So great question. Lisa says, I have a junior in high school left at home, never had a 9-to-5 sitting at a desk, don't want one now. I've been a nurse and now a flight attendant, looking to just be at home now. Okay, great. So now you want to transition. Well, the cool thing is you do need a computer to do a bookkeeping business, but that by no means that you have to sit at a desk for 20 or 30 or 40 hours a week. Depending on your personality, if you really like to talk to people, meet people, travel, you can literally live whatever kind of life you want. And when you grow a bookkeeping business, you can also hire subcontractors. We have an overabundance of them in our Bookkeeper Academy, so they can end up actually doing the work for you. So if you like going out and meeting people and going to networking events and you get really good at the marketing and sales, then you can have other people do the actual work for you. So, but a lot of people work on the road. We've worked in our RV before, traveling around and doing bookkeeping. When I took that 16-day vacation across the country in 2016, I just took my laptop with me and I just did the bare minimum of stuff to keep up on my clients' work. And I caught up when I got home. So there is extreme flexibility with this. And Lisa, if you have any specific questions that you want to ask me, I'd be more than happy to explain exactly what that looks like. Okay, this person says, where do I find step-by-step directions? I'm 60 years young. Am I too old and set in my ways? Okay, so the step-by-step directions would come from our Bookkeeper Academy. For 12 full months, we lock arms with you, hold your hand through the entire process, and we have support in every single area that you will come across as you start your business. So there isn't a single thing that you could come across that we wouldn't be able to help you with in either our Bookkeeper Academy or our Elite Mastermind program. So the best thing to do would be to join or book a free call with us. So here is the link to book a call. It's go.stayatHomeBookkeeper.com/strategy-session. And if you want something easier to remember, you can just go to our website and the link to book a call is there as well. And our website is stayatHomeBookkeeper.com. And we can just get on the phone with you, talk about what your life is like now, talk about where you want to go, and give you a game plan on what's going to be the best way for you to reach that. And we have a lot of people in our academy that their ages range, but we have a lot of people in the 50, 60 year mark, from 50 to 69 years old. So I'm not sure if we have anybody in their 70s. I'll have to double check with the team. But it's never too late to do this. And it's a really, really great retirement option, because when you set up your bookkeeping business the way we advise you to set it up in the Bookkeeper Academy, you can actually sell your business for 1x revenue. So for example, when I sold my business in January of 2019, I had $200,000 a year of reoccurring revenue. So you can sell your bookkeeping business for $200,000. Excuse me. So if you grow your bookkeeping business up to that level, which will only take you a couple of years if that's your goal, then you can sell it for that and have a really awesome retirement for yourself. Or you can keep going, grow it bigger and sell it for more. You can grow it to $1 million business and sell it for $1 million. Really super easy to do that in the grand scheme of things. So let me know if you have any more questions about that, but you are never too old to continue learning and to continue working, especially at a job like this when it doesn't tax you physically in any way. Okay, here's another great question, I think. I am an accounting student and I need additional income and some free time to study that my current job does not provide. I'm apprehensive about starting. How do I get clients? Okay, so this is great. If you're already in accounting, you know this is what you want to do, you're going to have no problem making a decision. Vanessa Butler is one of our student mentors, and she is in accounting school, accounting college, or she was when she first started the program. And she was able to grow her business while she was in school, while she was raising her infant. And then she got pregnant and had another infant and is still doing it. And I believe she posted not too long ago that she had a $10,000 month on top of all of that. So you can definitely do it. And it's going to be really awesome for your knowledge, for you to really understand. I mean, imagine graduating college, number one, with no student debt, and number two, real world experience, and number three, with a business that's already paying you. When I graduated from college, I had an accounting degree that cost me $65,000. I had no experience. My very first job paid me $29,000 a year, and I still didn't know what I was doing. So the accounting degree can help you only so far, but this academy will actually show you how to take the skills that we teach you that you're also going to learn in your accounting degree and actually turn it into a business. So you are in a great spot. And if you want to book a free call with us, we'd love to go into more detail with you about how that would work. Let's see. Megan says, I am in the academy and I'm off to a slow start, but I want to kick it up. Can I talk one-on-one with someone about where to go from here? Great question, Megan. So we do have a client success director that you can talk to depending on the stage of your business. So definitely post in the group. Coming to the Zoom calls is going to be really super beneficial. What I have found watching students go through the academy over the last 2.5 years is the ones that reach success the fastest, they get on as many of the Zoom calls as they can. And if you have limited time, get on the Zoom call, ask your question first, hop off if you need to. Don't just rewatch the replays later. You need to get on there and you need to interact in real life. And you need to talk this stuff through with the mentors on there, because most of the mentors that are going to be on the Zoom calls have been in your shoes very recently, and they can give you incredible advice. So it is a group coaching program, and we do offer a little bit of one-on-one help in the group, but most of it is group coaching. And it really, really helps to have group coaching, because then you can learn from each other and you can get feedback from lots of people. So thank you, Megan, so much for posting this question. And I really encourage you to just hop on the Zoom calls and ask this and discuss it with them, because not only will it help you, but it'll help everyone else that's listening in on the Zoom call as well, because I know a lot of people will have that same exact question that you have. So step out of your comfort zone and be a leader and a trailblazer for the people that are going to be listening in quietly behind the scenes on the Zoom calls. So that would be super duper helpful. Let's see. Lisa says, how long have the First Academy students been at this point, and how are they doing financially? Great question. I am sharing so many awesome stories at the end of my presentation. So I'm almost to that point. So definitely stay tuned, because you are going to be mind blown by all of the crazy, awesome success stories that everyone has. Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa is tuning in. Yay. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so that was the picture of the house that we were able to buy. And let's go to the next slide. So you can find a lot more details about my process and what it looked like for our family to transition from a corporate job to living this lifestyle. And I have all of that in my $6 ebook. It also gives you a couple of steps to get started. The book is called The Stay-at-Home Bookkeeper: How to Set Up a Side Hustle with full-time pay. I think I missed a word out of there. Most of my students say that this is the best $6 that they ever spent, because it opened their eyes to the options for their life. So if you want to check that out, you can go to our website, stay-at-home-bookkeeper.com, and right there at the top, it says click here to get the ebook. And so I highly recommend doing that. If you guys are interested, it's just $6. It's a really quick read. You can read it in like 90 minutes. And it could really help open your eyes and change your life and your kids' lives for the better. So like I mentioned earlier, I sold my bookkeeping business in January of 2019. And on March 23rd, I had this idea to start the Bookkeeper Academy. So I created this Facebook group called Have Your Cake and Eat It Too, which is the motto of our company. So if you're watching this and you're not in our Facebook group, definitely join our Facebook group so that we can help you more frequently than once a week on these Tuesday lives. So our motto really means that we show moms, and we do have dads and grandparents and all sorts of other people in there, but primarily we show moms how they can be financially free without sacrificing time with their kids. So they truly can have their cake and eat it too. And they don't have to choose between a career and finances and their kids, even if they have no experience, certifications, or degrees in bookkeeping or accounting. So that's our motto. That's what we do. That's how we help people. So right now on our team, we've grown so much because of all of the awesome people that have enrolled in our academy. We now have 7 full-time team members, 7 part-time team members, and 14 part-time coaches in our academy. So we can help you. We love to help you. And it's been awesome because I've actually been able to employ all of my siblings, my mom, even my best friend in my business, and paying everyone above average salaries, like sometimes ranging even from $50 to $90 an hour. So it's really, really awesome. You guys have all supported this company and helped support all these other people that also get to work from home and have financial freedom as well. But the most exciting thing is all of our student success stories. So you guys will definitely want to check these out. And if you have questions about any of these particular people, please let me know, and I will answer more questions about their journey because I know about all of these people in detail. So in addition to all the lives we've been able to impact by bringing them onto our team, here are just a few recent examples of how we've been able to impact the women in our program. Okay, so Megan Davis was our first student to complete the program, learn the skills, and launch her bookkeeping business. It only took her 3 months to quit her corporate job and support her family on her bookkeeping business profit. She went from a 4-hour daily commute to extreme flexibility and making 4 to 5 times more than she's ever made in her life, and being able to travel around so her daughter can do competitive baton twirling. To say that we've been able to help her completely change her life is a severe understatement. She now completely runs the Bookkeeper Academy and has just recently been promoted to Student Success Director. And there are so many people that look up to her for inspiration. She is turned into a true leader. We absolutely love Megan. Here's Megan's story in her own words. I came across Tiffany's post in a mom's Facebook group. My daughter was wanting to do competition baton twirling, and I had no idea how I would pay for it or be able to be there because of my job. I launched my business in June of 2019, and by November 1st of 2019, I left my job to do bookkeeping full-time. I went from barely able to pay bills to being able to take a 2-week vacation this July. We travel at least once a month to competitions in the spring, summer with my daughter. I was even able to buy a new vehicle while on vacation when my old vehicle broke down. My daughter is now in private school, and I'm able to be there for all the school events as well. It's been completely life-changing for us. So what do you guys think about that? That is just so awesome that she is able to financially, but also physically and emotionally be there for her daughter any single time that she needs to. Okay, we got one. Before I go on to the next one, we got a question. Let's see. Lisa says, aside from a computer, what other expenses can I expect to get started? The only other thing you need is internet, potentially Microsoft Excel. You're going to need a domain, which is really cheap to get, an email address, which is also about $6 a month. And we'll probably need to set up your LLC. So that varies from state to state. It's like $50 if you're in Missouri. It's like $800 if you're in California. All the other states are somewhere in between, most of them ranging around $100 to $200 to get started. Once you get your first client, you'll want to set up errors and omissions insurance, which is anywhere from $20 to $40 a month. So that's basically it. Very, very profitable. Very, very low expenses. Great question, Lisa. Okay. Back to the slideshow. The next one, we have Vanessa. She commented on here, so she's on here. 2 years ago, I had just given birth to my first son. I knew I did not want to go back to work for someone else, and I did not want to send him to daycare at such a young age. I found Tiffany's course, and I jumped in headfirst with an infant and being in school full time. I launched in August 2019, and by the end of November 2019, I had 3 paying clients. 2 years later, I hit my first 100K month in July 2021, 1 month after giving birth to my now 4-month-old. And my business is on track to retire my husband within the next year. I thank God for Tiffany and everything she has done for us in the community. Yay! I just got to take a second to congratulate you, Vanessa. This is so amazing, and you have done so well, and I'm so excited for you and so proud of you. So let's see, which one of you asked about this a minute ago? I think it was Yuma, maybe? Yimmy. So Yimmy, this is what I was talking about here. I highly recommend you, ask questions about this, post below so Vanessa can give you some more input as well, because you can definitely do this. So thank you for sharing your story with me so I can share it with the world, Vanessa. Okay, and then Lisa, she just joined the Bookkeeper Academy not too long ago, and I want to share her story with you, and I really appreciate her sharing it with me, so I can share it with you guys, because there's so much more to what you get out of the Bookkeeper Academy in addition to just being financially free. So here's Lisa's story. Before I joined the Bookkeeper Academy, I was doing bookkeeping for the company I used to work for, but I always had a nagging feeling in the back of my head I should be doing more. I felt the call. But there was a problem, actually lots of problems. I have a large household to take care of. My youngest is 16 and still at home. My 81-year-old mother lives with me as well. I have my oldest daughter and her family of 5 currently living in my house too. My husband travels all the time. It's just me keeping all these spinning plates in the air. So I figured there was no way I could even think about working more. Even worse, I also felt I was not good enough. I wasn't experienced enough, thin enough, smart enough, too old. I felt like my time had passed and I was destined to live life from the sidelines and take care of everyone else. Well, no more. 6 weeks ago, I purchased Tiffany's Bookkeeper Academy program. I was going to put it off until January, but even with a ton of personal commitments already on the books, I said, no, I'm doing it now. And somewhere along these last 6 weeks of learning, I got myself back. I realized I do have a skill I can use to make a ton of entrepreneurs' lives better by freeing them from the time and angst of doing their own bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online. And as I get closer to my official December launch date, every day is better for me. I have become a much better, more confident version of myself. I met with a local CPA this week about my services. I worked up some courage and created my social media profiles and even confidently posted my picture. And I'm so happy about the future knowing that I am enough. I can serve others at a higher level. I can be a professional and still be a mom and a grandma. I will soon start looking for more clients and cannot wait to enjoy a significant increase in income while still free to enjoy a flexible lifestyle. I just signed a contract to build a pool in my backyard, so that should tell you how confident I am about the future. Tiffany, this process has brought me back to participating in life fully again. You've helped me so far beyond teaching me how to run a bookkeeping business. I will be forever grateful. So Lisa's story is really exciting to me in so many ways because it's always, you don't really think about it when you want to enroll, that you're going to get so much personal development out of this. But learning how to love your life and live an awesome life that you dream of is more about finances, is more than just about finances. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And we really help you enjoy your life, live the lifestyle that you want. And the way we help you do that financially is by showing you how to have a bookkeeping business. But we also support you in so many other ways to help you really love your life, which is super exciting. And as you guys can see, I think it might have been Lisa that asked, or maybe someone else asked about, being in your 60s and being older. You can definitely do this. And, even with all the responsibilities that Lisa has on her plate, she knew that if she needed more money, that means she has to work more. But when you have a bookkeeping business, we don't charge by the hour. You make about $100 an hour when you break it down, but we don't charge by the hour. And you also have the amount, leverage, because it's so profitable to be able to bring people on to help you with the work. So you don't have to work more to make more money. which is awesome. Because if you're an employee working for somebody else, the only way to get more money is to work more. So it's really freeing to be able to provide something like this for your family, because then you can spend less time and still make more money. So absolutely love that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Turn this back on. Let me know if you guys have any questions on these too. Okay, Anne says she's got a very awesome, like, emotional outcome from this as well. And Anne, thank you again for sharing your story with me also. Anne says, my transformation with joining Tiffany's group was more emotional than financial. I'm someone who has constantly walked all over, someone who loves to stay in their comfort zone, and someone who consistently tells herself that she can't do it. I always seem to doubt myself and my abilities. When I discovered Tiffany's group, I couldn't even believe I was considering joining. I have joined Mary Kay, Melaleuca, and many other business groups to try and sell to make a little extra money. To say I failed would be an understatement. I literally gave most of my products away for free because I felt bad pressuring someone into buying my product. I actually lost money. I remember talking to my husband about joining the cake family, and he looked at me like I was joking. But I knew that he was opening a business and he wanted me to do his book, so it couldn't hurt, right? I could learn how to do his books and get paid to do other people's books. Absolutely. I finally made the decision to do it and started to actually learn and understand a little about bookkeeping and even taxes. Tiffany's courses took me step by step in the whole process of owning a bookkeeping business. I just kept pushing forward and doing everything she said to do, even though it was super nerve-wracking. Because of her direction, the weekly mindset meetings, and the one-on-one help for the year, the cake family being there for me every single step of the way, I can proudly say I have gained tremendous confidence in myself. I am motivated. I'm finally helping our household financially after being a stay-at-home mom for 4 years. I'm healthier emotionally and physically, and I am overall even a better mom. I never thought I would own my own business, but I am extremely proud to say that today I am a successful and upcoming business owner. And I owe all of my thanks to Tiffany and the amazing family she created. I cannot wait to see where this business takes me in the next few years. I don't know about you guys, but that gave me chills. That was so exciting. And I'd love to know what questions you have about Anne's story. It's great because becoming a business owner, it does put you outside of your comfort zone, and it pushes you a little bit, but it helps you become a really awesome person and someone that your kids can really look up to and be proud of. And you're setting your kids up for success too, because then they aren't ever going to have to be stuck at a dead-end job that they hate, that they have to work just to make ends meet. So it's really, really, really super exciting. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Chelsea. And Chelsea, thank you for sharing your story. I love sharing your story. Chelsea is very, very motivated and very driven. She says, since I was a teenager, I knew I wanted to be home with my kids once I had them. My mom had a home daycare as long as I could remember, so it was just what I was used to. Once I had my daughter, I started my own home daycare, but always had trouble finding kids to watch. By the time I was pregnant with my third kid, I was sick of babysitting. It was long hours, like 6 to 6, 5 days a week, for very little money. She said she averaged $1,000 to $1,300 per month. So I wasn't even making minimum wage. But I was home with my kids, and I didn't want to change that. The only bookkeeping experience I had was entering checks and counting cash at JCPenney. As I got more sick of babysitting, I kept going back to bookkeeping. Everything I read about it said anyone can do it, but I had no clue how. Then I came across Tiffany in a homeschooling group, and she told me all about this course. I loved that I knew she was a real person. We actually even happened to have gone to the same high school, didn't even know it. So I bought her course. I figured I was smart enough to figure it all out and that I didn't need her academy. Her course is great. It teaches you not only the basics and walks you through a whole year of bookkeeping, but it even tells you how to set up a business. Who knew I was doing it wrong with my home daycare? The course taught me the basics, but I quickly realized I needed help with marketing. I had no clue what I was doing, so I joined the academy. The support there is incredible. With all the help with the office hours Zoom calls, I have figured out marketing and my niche in real estate investors. Without the team of mentors Tiffany has, I would not have been able to have clients as complicated as I do. I have grown from one client to almost 30 now because of all the support the Academy has given me. I went from making $1,000 a month to over $6,000 a month and still growing. And in case you guys didn't catch this, she grew this business while her 3 kids were at home and babysitting a bunch of other kids too. I even signed up for the Academy for another year because this group helps me so much as I grow my business, which now has an employee. And because the other students have become my colleagues, I don't dare dream of losing them anytime soon. Tiffany and this group the group she has created has truly changed my life and my family's life forever. I will never be able to fully express how grateful I am for her. Thank you. I absolutely love Chelsea's story. It's so exciting. So many things, that gold nuggets that you can get out of there was, you can do this even if you've got bazillions of kids running around your house, because you can do it in your spare time. You can do it in nap time. You can do it at night. You can grow it completely virtually. Also, just thinking about how much she went from $1,000 to $6,000 a month and drastically reduced the amount of time she was working, but also she gets to spend more quality time with her kids instead of other people's kids, which is really, really awesome. And let's see, I think we got a question. Oh, here's a great one. I can 100% relate to Anne and how she felt in the beginning. Motivates me to do this even more. Awesome story. Thank you so much for letting me know what you guys think about this and giving some encouragement. I think we can all relate to how Anne feels. I know I think about myself when I first decided to launch my bookkeeping business. I didn't do it because I was extremely confident. I did it because I had so much pain with thinking about putting my daughter in daycare and still having very little money left over at the end of the day, that I was willing to do anything. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I pushed past all of those fears that Anne was talking about, because it's so worth it when you come out on the other side of it and you conquer those mindset problems that you have. Let's see. This person says, are there any states or areas where this is more or less successful? No. It is successful everywhere. And because it doesn't really matter where you live, you can get clients all over the country. If you're in the UK, we help people in the UK. We have a UK coach that's super awesome. And then we have Canada and a Canada coach as well. But specifically talking, if you're in the US, you can live anywhere in the US and work with any clients anywhere. So it doesn't really matter where you live, and it doesn't really matter where you target. The pricing is pretty much the same based on a couple of factors that we help you go over in the Academy, based on size of business, like revenue wise, and various other things as well. So, but yeah, it doesn't matter where you live. If you think that that's going to be an issue, it's just an incorrect thinking about it, because it really doesn't matter. Okay, let's go on to the next story. Okay, I love Demita's story. You guys are going to love her story too. And again, thank you, Demita, for sharing your journey, allowing me to share this with other people. Demita says, I am a widowed single mom who lost my identity when my husband died. Everything turned upside down. I quit my medical sales job and I didn't work for 6 years. Life insurance and other benefits filled in the gaps. But then I needed to start bringing in income and tried several work-at-home scenarios that just aren't worth it. I came across the bookkeeping ad at just the right time. And though I never pictured myself being a bookkeeping business owner, here I am. I'm a turtle and slowly building my business, and that's okay because everyone has different goals, and making money, but it's the personal and emotional parts that have impacted me the most so far. Starting and owning this business has given me back some sort of identity outside of being a mother, confidence that I can learn new things, and that my life wasn't tied up in my husband, and especially that amazing confidence when people ask what I do. It doesn't matter how small my business is right now, but the feeling of empowerment it has given me at such a crucial time in my life is priceless. I love it. Thank you so much, Demita, for allowing me to share that. We also have Crystal, and here's her story. As an active duty military spouse, my career has been second to my husband and family for 17 years. Each move, I was starting over. If it didn't work out, we'd be moving again soon anyway. Last summer, we made our final move, and we are finally home and can put down roots. This was exciting and scary. It was finally my time to do something for me. I did a lot of self-reflecting on my personal gifts and talents, research on how I could make good money while having a flexible schedule, and how all my life experiences might be used to help others. In that research, I found bookkeeping and Tiffany's course. I dreamed of being an entrepreneur and owning my own business since I was 10 years old. I'm now 40, 9 months into owning my own successful bookkeeping business, and have just replaced my full-time salary working part-time at home. I still forget some days and have to pinch myself. I'm so thankful for this group, and I can't wait to keep reaching new heights. When my husband retires from the Air Force, we will be in a financial position for him to do whatever he loves or nothing at all, thanks to my bookkeeping business. I absolutely love that. Okay, I got a question I want to cover here. So this one says, is the DIY course enough to launch your bookkeeping business and start taking clients online? Is the academy mainly for people who need extra coaching? So as you heard from Chelsea's post, she started with just the coursework. She found, and what most people find, that you need a little bit more help. You need accountability. You need support to really get you to the goals that you want in a timely fashion. Can you do this with a DIY course alone? For some people, yes. For some people, no. But if you're in the academy, you can. Everyone can do it with the support. So we really prefer if you want to book a call, and that way you can determine, like, based on your confidence level, your skills, your prior experience, like all sorts of factors like that. We can help you determine if the course or the academy or the mastermind is going to be the best for you. But we can't guarantee anyone's success unless they're in the academy, because we can't help you. The course is totally DIY and you're completely on your own. So we love it when people enroll in the academy, because we can help every single thing that comes up, every question that comes up, we can help you, which is very, very powerful. Gives you a lot of confidence and peace of mind, and it really helps you reach your goals 100 times faster than trying to do it all on your own and finding out all the answers on your own. So great question. Okay. Next story is with Tanya. Tanya says, I was one of Tiffany's first students, and her program has changed my life in so many ways. Not only has it improved my self-esteem, but it gave me the confidence that I can do something powerful for myself and my kids. I have had my business for almost 2.5 years, and this transformation has allowed me to show my teenagers that if you want something bad enough, you can achieve it no matter what. You just have to have the mindset and self-discipline to achieve it. My kids and I would not be where we are today without Tiffany, her program, and her support team. All this coughing. Oh, sorry, guys. She says, thanks for changing me and my family life for the better. So a cool thing about Tanya is her kids and my teenagers are really close friends. And it's so awesome because I can already see like huge changes in our teenagers, because they are learning this stuff right along with us. And I keep thinking to myself, I can't wait to watch Tanya's kiddos, Seth and Elsie, and my son, Landon. They're all very good friends. They're all teenagers in high school, and my daughter, Peyton. And thinking about learning, gosh, this is so, I recommend don't getting COVID because it's not fun. but all of our kids, like they're learning what we're learning. They're watching us right now. And where are they going to be knowing what we know now at the age that we are? And they're learning it when they're teenagers. Where are they going to be when they're our age? So it's super exciting to be able to share this with our kids too, So exciting. Okay, let's see if I can bust out a couple more. If I can't, I might just have to finish these next time. But let's go on to the next one. And as long as I don't have a coughing fit, I'll try to finish them. So Casey says, I was simply lost. I was running so fast all the time, trying to make it all work out. Every week was a hard week. Every week I said, if I can just get through this week, the next week will be different. I'll be on time. I'll wake up earlier. I'll catch up on the laundry and the dishes. The next week was never better. I was broke constantly. We made decent money, but I was living paycheck to paycheck. The weight of our bills was crushing me slowly. It's a hopeless feeling waking up every morning, dreading the day. My second child was born in May of 2019, and I just knew I had to change something. I saw the ad for the Stay-at-Home Bookkeeper Academy and was called to click on it. I devoured the ebook and purchased the course that night. That was September. My son was only 4 months old, and my daughter was 5. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew I had to do something different. I leaned in, and I leaned in hard. Every minute of my spare time, I was working on my business. By January, I had my first paying client, $500 a month. It was a start and covered most of my business expenses. I was so empowered. I knew this was my ticket out. Fast forward almost 2 years later, and I have 2 employees that do most of the day-to-day tasks. I'm only working about 20 hours a week and still make 3 to 4 times what I made full-time with a degree. The mindset coaching Tiffany has brought in has helped me reconnect with myself and my children. Our family as a unit has hope for our future. Our foundation is solid. Emotionally and financially, I have grown leaps and bounds compared to who I was 2 years ago. I was lost, but I am so incredibly grateful that Tiffany was who I found. Oh, I've got chills. So exciting. What a great story. Thank you for taking the time to write that heartfelt, amazing story, Casey. I really appreciate it. I love it. And it's really hard not to cry. Okay, Abby says, the Stay-at-Home Academy has changed my life in so many ways. I'll do my best to summarize. Prior to joining Tiffany's group, I was part of senior management for a property management company. I worked 10 to 12-hour days. I made close to 6 figures, was on call for emergencies 24/7, and had less and less time for my 2 young boys. I was miserable, and it was taking a toll on everyone around me. In spring of 2020, probably in the middle of the night, I found Tiffany's ebook and felt like I was thrown a lifeline. The next morning, I told my husband I needed to quit my job and start my own business. I lost my mother around the same time, and then the world shut down. By August, my husband agreed, and I needed to quit my job, and I gave notice that following Monday. September was the first month of freedom. I thought I could start a business without an additional support and started setting things up. By November, I realized I needed help and joined Tiffany's Academy. On January 1 of 2021, I officially opened my bookkeeping business, and within 2 weeks, had my first $500 a month client, all thanks to the support group. By September 2021, I had replaced my corporate income. That's awesome. So that was only like 9 months or less, 8 months. This month, I hired my first contractor to start outsourcing some of the work. The support, education, and overall sense of community Tiffany has created is unlike anything I've experienced. The time it's allowed me to have with my husband and children is priceless. And above all, that's what I'll be forever grateful for. I love it. Thank you so much, Abby, for letting me share that. Okay, Julie says, I worked my entire life as a slave to the corporate world. My family and I made many sacrifices for my career. I reached an age where I couldn't continue the pace, travel, and demands. I was in a position to retire, but I still needed extra money to continue my lifestyle that I worked so hard for. Thanks to Tiffany and her program, I'm happily working from home, my lake house, and living the dream. I'm 6 months in and I have 12 clients already. I did not have a bookkeeping background, so there was a lot to learn. But the support is amazing and I never feel alone. I feel good about myself because I'm providing a great service to my clients and I'm learning something new every day. I'm a million times healthier. I'm not where I want to be financially yet, but I think I will get there in the next 6 months. I'm so happy for all the young mothers out there that found this program. I so wish I could have had this while my kids were young. But it's never too late. I couldn't be happier with my choice to join this program. Oh, thank you so much, Julie. I love it. Okay, we've got Ashley. Ashley just had a baby. I am able to stay home with my 20-month-old. I never went back to work after having her. Started my business when she was 7 months old, and now my 2.5-week-old. It has been a huge blessing to not have to put my kids in daycare and run around being a stressed out mom and teacher. I work way less hours and make the same amount of money I did as a full-time teacher. Way less hours, same money. When I quit my teaching job, our bills were paid, but we didn't have any extra. My business has allowed us to renovate our duplex, buy a new car and a hot tub, go on vacations, eat out at restaurants, and not have to worry about buying clothes and toys for the kids. I'm so grateful this business has given me options in life, something I would have never had as a mom of 2 and a full-time teacher, or living off from one salary. That's so exciting. Thank you, Ashley, for letting me share that. Okay, here's Kendall. I stole this picture from her Facebook. I love it. Kendall says, I was a dolphin trainer for 10 years. I wore a wetsuit to work for a decade. 0 accounting or office experience whatsoever. Then babies came along and ruined everything. After staying home with them for 5 years, I started a dog training business that didn't work with my lifestyle, nor did it offer me reoccurring income, so it fizzled. I came across Tiffany's Facebook ad in the right moment, given my total lack of experience. But her program taught me accounting and bookkeeping basics and everything I needed to know to get started. Her support group gave me all the ongoing hand-holding necessary to conquer each new client industry issue and all the problems that come with business ownership. I'm so grateful to now be a mentor in her support group because it's an asset that I want in my life forever. I'm also in her mastermind program where she has brought on consultants seemingly just for me and given me help with scaling direction that I couldn't have anticipated needing 6 months ago. I just crossed over $8,600 monthly reoccurring revenue, which puts me over $100K over the next 12 months before taxes and expenses. I'm turning S Corp this year and I'm hiring my 5th employee before the end of 2021, and I haven't yet been in business 2 years. I'll be sitting in this, the last part was for a different presentation, but so I'm excited because like you guys heard, Kendall had no experience at all. And I can tell you with extreme confidence that Kendall is really on the verge of knowing more than me in this industry. She has learned so much, and it just is day by day. You just learn a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And before you know it, you are an expert at this. And I am so honored to be able to work with you, Kendall, and I really appreciate you sharing your story. I love it. Caitlin says, how do I describe how your program has changed my and my family's lives? Oh my goodness. 2 years ago, I started my business as a stay-at-home mom who was tired of living paycheck to paycheck while watching my husband work a job he hated. We had recently decided we wanted to get financially and locationally independent. And at the same time, I was realizing that supporting businesses behind the scenes was my sweet spot. We were hoping my new business would lead to the freedom we desired, but had no idea how far we'd come in 2 years. This summer, our business hit 6 figures. Last month, my husband retired and is now homeschooling our son. And as a former teacher, it's right in his sweet spot. And I love seeing them together after years of squeezing family time into late nights and weekends. I am now adding to my team to gain even more time and location freedom, and I'm super psyched to help other parents gain their own financial freedom. It's been a roller coaster of emotions and hard work, but I couldn't be happier to be changing my family tree. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I love it. That's awesome. And here's just a few more quick things that have been happening in the Academy. So Chelsea just increased her yearly goal from $6,000 to $7,500 because she's already passed that $6,000 goal. And she had $11,000 in 1 month because of new clients and cleanup work. Woo! I love it. 6 to 7 new clients with a total of 30. Lori has two new clients and 3 prospects. Crystal finished 8th month and have replaced monthly salary from her old full-time job. Kaylee rejoined the mastermind and her husband got to quit his job. Kendall hired a second contractor and her first official W-2 employee. Marissa signed 2 new clients. Maura increased her yearly goal from $6K to $8K. Sherry has a bunch of new clients. And then shout out to Susanna for creating awesome logo designs for Carrie. We have that as a new service offering in our Academy. We create your logo design for free. Ashley has 6 potentials and a cleanup, and she's starting to hire staff. And Mandy B is also hiring staff. Great wins, guys. I love it. So exciting. Here's some more Zoom call recaps. Lainey has a new client. Crystal's first client is cleaned up and on monthly services. Mandy's sending a proposal to her 9th client. Lots of new clients with cleanup work. Corrine finished her lawyer cleanup. Yay! Mandy had a surprise discovery call even after she stopped marketing. And Corrine has 2 new clients in 1 week. Maura is onboarding her 6th client this month. Students have lots of potential clients reaching out, and Amy S has her first client. I love it. If you're not on our email list, comment email and let me know. But we emailed this out today. This one says, when I upgraded an existing client today and got a verbal yes from a new client. I have, let me skip to the part that's awesome. I am now only 4 months from launch and well on my way to reaching my corporate salary, all while having lunch with my kiddos at school, attending field trips with them, being there with them on their days off, and we'll be on vacation next week, and the stress level is way down, which my husband appreciates. Life-changing and never looking back. Woo! I love it. And then Christina says, I have officially hit my first 5-figure month. I've been in the Academy 9 months and 13 days, and if nothing in my business changed between today and the new year, I will end 2021 going from startup to nearly replacing my previous career's annual salary. If nothing changed for the next 2 months, my gross income is only going to be $19,000 less than what I made last year. Amazing. That's amazing. But we know everything's going to change in the next 2 months. She's probably going to blow past that. But I already know that the next 2 months will not keep me in the same place. I already have 5 discovery calls booked through November 8th, and I have a $597 a month proposal out that I think we will be bringing in this week. I want so badly to hit these amazing levels that I'm going to hit, and then I want to mail a copy of my P&L to the horrible department I used to work for with a thank you note, of course. This is so exciting. There's so many more success stories and testimonials. Here's Susanna. She says, just took a look at my income for the year, $59,000 with 2 more months to go. Guys, this is huge. I went from maybe making $1,000 per month in my side hustle to being the breadwinner. It's only up from here. It's so nice to be able to pay my bills, and my credit score is now back in the excellent range. I'm so thankful for this program and this group. My goal for next year, 6 figures. I've got this. That's so exciting. So now that you're done crying, or maybe it's just me, are you ready to book a free call with our team? I'm going to post the link in here so you guys can go right to the link. All right, there it is. Okay, thank you guys so much. I know I went about 3 minutes over, but I got through everybody. I'm so excited. So let me know if you still have more questions. Please comment below because I can always come back and answer more questions later. And if not, I will see you next Tuesday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hope everybody has a fantastic week.